Hello, this is Every Woman. It's a platform where we come together to pray for our families, to pray for our children, to pray for our spouses. It's a platform where we come together to share our common challenges and our successes in our relationship. Welcome. I want to talk to someone today about a very vital part of an ingredient that actually makes up the marriage. And when you ask somebody what's the most powerful word in marriage, somebody just shout aloud and say love. And yes, as good as it sounds, as strong as it is, and as powerful as the word is, love cannot actually strive in a relationship or in a marriage when certain ingredients are lacking. And one of these ingredients I'm going to talk about this evening, it's the ingredient of honor in marriage. So honor don't just come because you love, but honor actually come as a result of a mindset or an attitude. So first, I want us to use the Webster definition for honor. It says it is as high respect. That's how Webster defined honor. He says it is as high respect, esteem, and exalted title or rank. It is as high respect, esteem, and exalted title or rank. In practical terms, this means to recognize the worth of your spouse and decide to cherish them as a treasure. For you to decide to cherish your spouse is as a result of you recognizing their worth. If you don't recognize the worth of a person or of a thing, you will not be able to cherish that thing. I stumbled across write up a few days ago where someone says where the writer says you were given an old bicycle as a gift, and later on you were given a jet as a gift. And the writer was trying to make a point that when that bicycle came, you actually valued it. You were so happy you had a bicycle, and you cherished the gift. But when the jet came, you realize that it's not as if you never valued the bicycle, but you added more value. There was before you knew it, you paid more attention in the until you recognize the worth of your spouse. You can't even think of cherishing that spouse. So it is important we open our minds. And I said honor come as a result of a mindset and an attitude. Honor don't just come, it's as a result of mindset. I've seen a situation where no matter what some people do with their spouse, okay, this case of a woman that God has also empowered financially above a little bit above the husband. This one is not the issue of maybe somebody is saying maybe the woman is arrogant or the woman is not submissive. Or I'm talking from something that I know, and I can tell to an extent. This woman, she does all that she can just to make sure that she puts her husband at a point where she so cherish him. She added value, created a worth in her heart for her husband, even when she seemed to be financially stronger. But I discovered that insecurity on the part of the man makes him, no matter what this woman does, To the extent where this woman even had to, like, okay, just because of respect, I want to make my husband like a king in my home. Got a golden spoon and a golden fork. Have special dish for him. A woman that is not submissive, or a woman that probably egos have got into her head, I don't think will do that. And everything, she so desire to ensure that this man is happy, that whatever but sacrifice she has compromised, she has sacrificed, but still this man ends up just saying, because, and in this case, now the woman has every reason to be highly, highly, highly valued in the eyes of her husband, but an attitude and a mindset is denying this honor to come freely. Why? Because the man has cloned his mind to a particular state. Why? Insecurity. He had allowed insecurity to clone his mind. So in this case, honor will not flow. It will not just come. And they will end up having a crisis in such a home. So the strength in honor is in its definition. Just as the Webster had said it, that is where the strength lies. It's a high respect, high esteem, is an exalted title that you just decided to give to a person. You just, why? Because you have recognized the worth of that person. So if this man had recognized the worth of his wife in his life, honor, the way the woman honors, it will come freely. And one thing I will tell people, it takes two to be in a relationship. It takes two to love. It takes two to honor also. When one consistently honor and the other, the honor is being dishonored, before you know it, that honor starts going gradually, and it turns into a sour state that we won't like to actually experience. So how do we build honor? How do we build honor in our marriage? Building honor in a marriage is a mindset or attitude. Just as I said, is a mindset, is an attitude. It may take some practical some practice, especially when challenges arise in these moments. It is often difficult to remember the promise we made to hold our spouse in high esteem. So when that happens, the last thing we want to do is honor someone who has angered us. Most times when we are angry, we discover that we can't honor that person. So we also tend to forget all the wonderful things about them, not on purpose. These things are not actually done on purpose. Why? Because maybe anger came in and something. That is why I said honor comes with a mindset and an attitude. So, but because life happens, one great reminder is to keep an I love you because, and I love you because, you list it. So why do you actually love this person? If you have reasons why you love this person, honor will flow naturally. So one, I love you because that list is very, very important also. In when you sit down, you're like, oh, I love this person because it's a helpful way to remind us of the reason we love our spouses. It is a living document, meaning it grows over time but never shrinks. Why? Because you have a reason why you actually love. So if we can have this I love you list, I love you because, so it's, and we are able to live in it, we will not allow anger at the point of crisis to blind our eyes as to what we should do, or as to the honor or the high esteem we place on this as past. So until you keep doing this I love you because, you have this list to remind you of why you are in the relationship in the first place. So you have to do this until honoring your spouse comes naturally to you. until honoring your spouse comes naturally to you, especially when bitterness or when pains and anger is in play. Then the word is mightier than the sword. This word called honor. Words have enormous influence. It is why we recite wedding vows in the first place. When you promise to honor your spouse, you are making a tremendous promise to them and speaking that over the marriage. Marriage provides us with many opportunities to lose sight of the promise we made to honor our spouse. We must continue to work at it daily, because most times when we come into marriage, we realize that a lot of things happen in our life where we even tend to forget that, okay, at the beginning we said for better, for worse, or for better, for best, or for better, for whatever. And why? Because so many things has come to play and has shifted our focus away from the beginning. So when we are able to remember this that we said at the beginning, is going to be a guide to honoring. So how do we restore honor in marriage? A lot of us have actually lost that point, that a lot of us have lost it, where we think it's no longer there. Why? Because of the state we find ourselves or what have happened over time. But I'm going to emphasize on, I won't talk much on the restoring. I won't be talking on the restoring now. I will only emphasize on the importance of honor in marriage. We are going to be talking about the importance of honor in marriage. So honor seems to be a lost virtue in our culture, at least honor in marriage. It has become a lost virtue that probably because of the happenings, our social life these days, our whatever, has made a lot of us lost honor. So when we think of honoring someone, our mind typically go to important people, people with titles like president, forgetting that our immediate spouse is more important than any other person in our life. It's very important that we place honor on so honor in marriage is important. Learning how to honor your husband or wife will help your marriage thrive. It will really help a long way if we learn to honor. So now, just as I've said earlier, I said honor is about you discovering the worth. Have you discovered the worth of that your wife in your life? Have you discovered the worth of your husband in your life? Have you realized that, oh, this man has really played a role in my life that nobody can actually step into, or this woman has so much played a role in my life that nobody has been able to or will ever be able to occupy? Until we recognize this worth, we will not be able, I repeat, we would not be able to add value to these persons. Until we recognize the worth of our spouse, we will not be able to add value. Honor will not come. We will not be able to give them a place where nothing else replaces. So have you been able to sit down and okay, this person is a core part of my life. It's very important to my living. You see, honor also breeds love. It brings about love. Where there's honor, you find out that the relationship is sweet. Why? Because there is value. Both spouses attach value. There's high esteem for each other. You just want to ensure that both of you, there's no competition. Both of you are striving together as a team. And when that happens, love comes naturally. And I realized today that in our life today, in the culture we are today, in the society we are today, because of competition, because of influence, because of so many things happening around us, many of us have actually don't just come, but it comes by a mindset and by an attitude. You must have to develop that mindset. When you are looking for perfection all the time in your spouse, mind you, the mindset will never be made up for you to say, oh, this person is of high value in my life. Why? Because you're always seeing an error and a mistake. But until you make up that mind to look for that best in your spouse, and even when the errors are there, you allow the good ones to also, to an extent, give a shadow to these ones that you are trying to correct. Until we do this, honor will not come. That attitude of you thinking my spouse deliberately did this because he or she wants to get at me, especially the men. I really need to talk to you guys. A lot of women are going through pains today, not because they you are not probably playing your role as a man. No, not because the home is not conducive. No, but because no matter what most of us women do in the lives of these men, instead of the values, instead of it to come with a high value, it end up coming with a competitive attitude, feeling as if the man and the woman have become rivals. When you always hear the man saying, you don't respect me because you make money, you don't respect me because you work there, you don't respect me because, you don't respect me because, until men get rid of this because mindset and see your wife's success as a blessing to your home, then the honor will come. It's not only a woman that should respect a man. Let's disabuse this our African mentality that it's a woman is supposed to. It's not only a woman that should respect a man. It's vice versa. And also, this attitude I'm talking about is vice versa. It's not only in men. There are some women that anything the man does, is it because, until we get rid of this is it because mindset and attitude, honor will not come. And when honor is not there, love will not strive. I just hope that someone has learned something from this today.